Hi friends, I welcome you to the next video or the next chapter. In this topic, we will learn about final accounts, or we call it also as the closing process of the books of accounts or the finalization of books of accounts. We also call it as the preparation of financial statements. Okay. Now, what is final accounts? In the beginning, we discussed about double entry system of accounting. One of the objectives of double entry system of accounting is to find out the results of the activities which we are doing. Now, what do you mean by results? We want to know whatever activity we are doing, what are the results of that activity? Results of the business activity we wanted to determine. This is one of the objectives of accounting, results of the business activity. One more objective was to know the financial position of the business. So now the question arises, how is accounting or double entry system of accounting helping me to know what is the result of the business activity which we have undertaken and what is the financial position of the business. Let us say we have done business for one full year from 1st April 20 to 31st March 21. Two questions will be there in the mind of the businessman who has been doing this activity for the last 1 year. He would like to know the result of his activity. That means the question in his mind is whether I have been making profit or losses from the business activity which I have been doing. Second is position. He wants to know what is the financial position of the business, that is the situation of the assets and the liabilities of the business. Assets means these are the resources which he owns, and liabilities are the amounts due to others by the business. So he wants to know what are the resources under his control and what are the amounts due to outsiders, what is the amount payable by the business to the outsiders. So these two questions are there in his mind at the end of the year, at the end of one full year of business activity. Now, how to determine profit or loss? Double entry system of accounting has, we can say, two simple accounts which have to be prepared to arrive at the profit and loss account of the business. One is preparation of trading account. Now, one is preparation of the trading account of the business. Now, trading account is prepared to arrive at the gross profit earned. By preparing the trading account, we will come to know whether the goods which we are selling, which we are buying and selling, are profitable or not. Whether we are able to buy and sell the goods at a profit or not. Then we also prepare the profit and loss account. This helps us to arrive at the net profit. Now it tells us whether the business as a whole has made a profit or a loss. Business as a whole, whether it has made profits or losses. What is the final position of the profits or losses made by the business? Actually, we can say profit and loss account is like continuation of the trading account, or trading and P&L account forms part of one income account or an income statement or a profit and loss statement. So actually these two accounts are prepared to arrive at profits and losses of the business. Trading account, we try to arrive at the gross profit, and using the gross profit we arrive to prepare the P&L account to arrive at the net profit. Trading account is prepared to calculate the gross profit, whether we want to know whether the goods, whether the products which we are dealing in, whether it is profitable or not. P&L account is prepared to know the net profit, that is what is the net result of all the activities of the business. Okay, at the end of the year, whether we have made finally a profit or a loss, that is arrived by preparing a P&L account. Okay, in this video we will concentrate on preparation of trading account. I'll prepare the format of the trading account, or we can simply, what we'll do is, instead of preparing the format of the trading and P&L account, we'll try to arrive at the gross profit. The trading account is prepared to find out the gross profit of the business. Now, how is the gross profit calculated? Logically, gross profit is very simple. It is net sales minus cost of goods sold. So if I subtract from net sales cost of goods sold, I'm going to arrive at gross profit. What is net sales? Net sales is very simple. It is sales minus sales returns. So when we sell goods, there can be situations where the customer is not happy with the goods, he may return the goods. So to arrive at net sales, we have to take the total sales of the year. Total sales would be cash sales and credit sales. Cash sales is the goods sold for cash. Credit is when we give time to the customer to make the payment. Sales returns will also be total sales returns, cash or credit. Okay. Now what is cost of goods sold? We have to arrive at cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold is again calculated by using a small simple logic. Opening stock of goods which we are selling. Let us take the example of a trader. He has some goods at the beginning of the year which he can sell. So opening stock of goods, you take it, add net purchases. Now what is net purchases? Net purchases again gross purchases minus purchase returns. Add net purchases, add direct expenses and subtract the closing stock of goods. Closing stock of goods, the value of the closing stock of the goods to arrive at the cost of goods sold. So how do we arrive at cost of goods sold? We take the opening stock of goods, add the net purchases. Net purchase is nothing but purchases less returns. Purchases less returns, less purchase returns. Purchase will be both cash purchase and credit purchase as well. I'll show you in the form of a statement, it will be very easy. Add direct expenses, whatever expense we are incurring for buying and selling of the goods, those expenses will add, and subtract the closing stock of goods to arrive at the cost of goods sold. If you compare the net sales with the cost of goods sold, we are going to arrive at the gross profit. Now cost of goods sold, I can prepare in the form of a statement as well. I'll write opening stock of goods. I'll write the value here. I'm going to write the value here, not the number. Add purchases, add net purchases. Now what I'll do is we'll just simplify it further. Add purchases less returns. This is purchase returns. What we'll get is we'll get the net purchases figure. This is the net purchases figure. Add direct expenses. What direct expenses? Expenses like wages of the workers, fuel, carriage inward. These kind of expenses will be considered as direct expenses. We'll add them. Now this will give you the value of the cost of goods available for sale. Now out of this you will subtract the value of closing stock. That means there are some goods which are remaining unsold at the end of the year. Subtract their value. You will arrive at the cost of goods sold. Now, cost of goods sold will be compared with the net sales to arrive at the gross profit for the year. So this is how we calculate the cost of goods sold. Now I'll show you how to prepare the trading account. The format of the trading account. We'll write here to opening stock. This is trading account of a trader. for year ended 31st March 21. We'll write opening stock. So the value of opening stock will be written here. Then we'll write 2 purchases. We'll write it in the inner column here. Less purchase returns. If any goods have been returned to the suppliers, we'll write it here. So the net purchase will be written in the outer column. Then 2 wages. If there are any direct expenses, they will be written here. 2 wages. Wages is the wages paid to the workers who are involved in loading, unloading of the goods, to manufacture the goods, etc. 2 carriage inward. That is the expenses incurred to buy the goods, to transport the goods to your business. The goods you are purchasing from the supplier, some cost will be incurred to transport them to your business. That expense is called as carriage inward. 2 fuel and electricity. You might be consuming some fuel for the purpose of this business. That amount will be debited here. So if you observe, when we were calculating the cost of goods sold, we took opening stock, we added purchases, we subtracted purchase returns, we added again the direct expenses. So it is nothing but calculation of the cost of goods sold which is going on. Then we subtracted closing stock. Instead of writing here less closing stock like this, what we do is we don't write it here. We just put it on the credit side by closing stock. This is the value of the goods which have been unsold. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. So what you are actually doing is you are arriving at the cost of goods sold. This particular portion is nothing but computation of the cost of goods sold. Okay. Next, we write here buy sales. The value of the goods which have been sold during the year, both for cash and for credit, less sales returns. We subtract the sales returns in the inner column. Then you arrive at the net sales figure which is shown in the outer column. Now what we do is we arrive at the gross profit. How do? You total the credit side and you total the debit side. Out of this total you subtract, all these items are subtracted. The balance is called as the gross profit. Okay. Or we can simply understand the logic also. We have added these all items, we have subtracted closing stock, we got the cost of goods sold on the debit side, which is compared with the sales. If sales is more than the cost of goods sold, you'll get gross profit, and if the sales is less than the cost of goods sold, you'll get a gross loss.